Hey guys, it's Tracy Cooper, licensed professional counselor. I wanted to talk about something that came up over breakfast this morning with my in-laws about customer service. The conversation was really interesting because our expectations of customer service varied from each person. And my father-in-law shared a story that happened at a local retail store that he felt the customer service was just not on par. And he's not the only one that has shared some of those same feelings. And what happened was just something wasn't rung up correctly on his receipt. He went back, and unfortunately, the person that was helping him wasn't very accommodating. Asked him to do several things that he strongly felt was their responsibility as the person trying to make things right or make things better. And so he was very disappointed and said, I've really noticed it a lot in multiple businesses that customer service is really lacking. So we got to talking in more depth about what is expected. And as I sit here now thinking about customer service and thinking about expectations, I think there's some lessons that can be learned here. Some of the lessons that I would like to share, because I do believe that most of us have these same sort of experiences where something happens, we want it to be remedied, and we have an expectation. Oh, it's up to them to fix it, and they're going to provide me with excellent service. And sometimes we forget that we're working with other humans. And working with other people, there are going to be sometimes challenges, right? They may not present as well as we'd like them to or that we expect them to. Maybe they're in a bad mood because something's happened in their own personal life, or maybe they're just like that a lot, right? Maybe that's just their attitude. Maybe their outlook on life isn't really the best. And so things that could be helpful when you are in a situation like that, because it happens with us all, it's important to think about the things that you can be in control of. So an expectation of someone else is not something that we can be in control of. We can't control what other people do. We can't control what we believe the company should do or how they should train their employees or how we think that the employee should be. But what you can be in control of is yourself. And being in control of yourself includes several different things. It can be how you present hey, this was rung up incorrectly, right? We could go in there really angry, or we could be very pleasant and try to resolve things because we want to have things work in our favor. We can also control our attitude. We might be huffing and puffing or crossing our arms or asking for the manager. That's something that we can certainly control. Even calling over a manager may not get us the results that we want. And again, it's another person we're not in control of. Being able to be focused on what we can control will certainly help those outcomes and expectations, because if we can reduce our expectations, it will certainly reduce some of this needs to be done the way that I want, or their customer service really blows and I can't believe that they're like this, or I'm never going back there again. So if you can be mindful of what you're in control of, it can certainly help you in all facets of your life. Not just with customer service, but maybe it's driving on the highway and somebody cut you off. All right, well, maybe that person just needed to get there before I needed to, and so I'm not going to allow it to affect me because I'm not in control of them and I don't know what's going on with them. Same thing too if we're at work and somebody maybe is just in a lousy mood and it's affecting us. Remember, we have choices and we don't have to have that other person's mood affect us. You get to decide what you allow yourself to be affected by and what choices you make. Hey, maybe that day I'm closing my office door and I'm not going to talk to that person, or hey, I'm going to go take a break so I don't have to listen to what that person is talking about, or I'm just going to set a clear boundary and let them know, hey, what you're talking about really is offensive, or I don't want to hear that today. Do you mind leaving my office? You are in control of several things, and really how you say it is going to make a big difference. And so the last thing I would share with you too is another thing you can control is whether or not you stick around and also making sure that you're okay to handle what might happen, right? Having an expectation, we might go in there thinking the best, right? Oh, they're going to do all these things for me. They're going to, like I said earlier, refund me the way that they're supposed to. Their customer service is going to be amazing because that's how you would be. Knowing that there is also limits to capacity. If you're tapped out, you have a lot of stress on your plate, and then you're going to try to resolve a matter that was done incorrectly, you probably want to make sure that you have some capacity to manage anything that happens, as opposed to, hey, I'm just going to go and try to do this and hope for the best, or they're going to do this because they're supposed to, the customer service is supposed to be this way at this particular business. And unfortunately, that doesn't always happen. And so make sure that you can handle it. Make sure that you have the capacity to do that. So to wrap things up, focus on what you can control. Having expectations of others usually leads us to not have the success that we want. And so allow yourself the time to identify what it is that you can control in every situation, and make choices once you know what you can control only. If you need some help and you feel like, no, I don't have any choices, or I can't control lots of variables, take the time to schedule a counseling session. We're here to help you. You can reach me directly at tracy@fittherapyoftexas.com or at 210-495-3131, or you can also email the website at www.fittherapyoftexas.com. Thank you. Bye.